you are 100% attracting in deeper, better, more positive connections, relationships, opportunities because of who you naturally are. You are people's safe space. And when you just meet somebody for the first time, you lower their defenses based off your personality, your quirkiness, the things that you might be a little bit insecure about, like, oh, am I too much? Am I too loud? Am I too goofy? Those natural tendencies among people that you just shake hands with, like, hi, even the way you speak, your natural aura, your energy, your vibration makes people feel comfortable in your presence. It makes them relax. And you might be thinking, like, before you even step into a room, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, hopefully they like me. Hopefully I don't come off to this or to that. But trust me, and I know you've seen this plenty of times before, when you step into a room, you do shift the room. When you meet somebody new, it's instantly like, I'm not going to say you're best friends, but you carry on a conversation with ease. You make them smile when you crack a joke on accident. You know what I mean? And so being in your essence makes people be more of themselves, and in the best way. It makes them not hold up their own defenses. You know what I mean? But so, for instance, you might know somebody who a lot of people call, oh, they're mean, they have a bad attitude, they're nasty this, nasty that. But whenever, and maybe this is somebody you only heard about, right? This is an example. I definitely have an example like this. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. This is day number 6 of 31 days of insight and divine guidance. So hope you get something from this message. And I know this is for you if you clicked on this. So let's say there's somebody who most people peg as mean, just to say mean and nasty, right? But you meet them, and I had this experience, and something about your energy just makes them just a nicer person. They're actually laughing, right? Oh, they open up to you. They're saying things to you that they don't say to anybody else. You open up you break down their walls, and suddenly, and let's say you're in a group setting, let's say you're at work, and suddenly they're nicer to everybody. And it's like, dang, they changed. It's like, well, they changed because you're there. You brought down their walls. You brought down their defenses just by your natural energy. And that could be anything, y'all. I'm not saying you show up in the same way for everybody, because I do believe you also have this capability of kind of shape shifting your energy, kind of being a chameleon, and you can pick up on people's vibes if you need to be what they need to relax. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying you're going to approach everybody in the same exact way. So I'm naturally, well, I'm not even going to say that, but a lot of times I am funny, lighthearted, goofy, and that's not always my nature. But if I meet someone and I see who they are, I might end up being more relaxed and laid back and, have this certain type of conversation based off their body language. You can do that too. But if they're not really giving you anything, let's say you just met them, just know and appreciate the thing about you, that you are naturally, shifting their whole atmosphere, shifting their nature. And with that being said, they will, I'm not going to say bend to your will, but they can open up opportunities for you, opportunities that they may not have opened up for anybody else. They might open up and express some things and give you maybe some inside information that some other people didn't get, because, you're somebody that they can trust. You're somebody who naturally seems trustworthy. You're someone who, to them, seems like you got a good head on your shoulders. Maybe you're yapping and going on, and they feel like, oh, well, she's very communicative. Let me blah, blah, blah. You never really know what it is that's making other people relax and have fun around you or be themselves around you. But know that you do have that power, and that's benefiting you in the future. It is when you go into these new spaces, which I know you're being called into because you're elevating, right? You're going into these new spaces, and the opportunities and the connections and the depth of these connections are just going to expand your whole world. And it's just because it's naturally you. And that's a great thing. And I love that. I love that. So whether you're just now meeting somebody, or maybe you've known them for, it doesn't have to be long. Maybe you've known them for like a month or two. and they're like, wow, I feel like I can just share everything with you. You're such a safe space. I feel like, now, of course, you don't want to become somebody's therapist. How, still have your boundaries if that's what you start to become. But it's such a blessing to be someone's safe space. It's such a blessing to be someone who people feel good around, and people can express themselves around, and people can have their fun around, and understand how that's beneficial for both of you. And so when you make somebody feel so good and so happy and so free, they will reciprocate that energy back to you in the way that you need it as well. And so don't be nervous about being off-putting when you go into these new spaces that you're being called into. Maybe you're going into higher rooms with people who are like higher up at the top. And I don't want you to sit, or let's say you're going for an interview, literally be yourself, because you don't know how nervous they are. You don't know how nervous they are to meet you. So it can go both ways. And when you crack a joke and crack a smile to people who are really serious, and suddenly y'all are both laughing in the office, or both laughing at your interview, or you're meeting somebody high up and they're not used to an energy that's just so fun, loving, and free, that's going to expand your opportunity, and it's going to expand your relationships. And maybe they love your conversation and your smile so much that they introduce you to somebody else, and they feel confident to introduce you to somebody else because you just give off that energy like, oh yeah, this is who I am, and blah blah blah. So I'm giving you these examples, and I want to encourage you to continue being yourself and not worrying if people like you or not, because you're giving them something. I'm not saying that they need, but kinda. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. And the crazy part is, if you meet somebody and they seem like they don't like you, first of all, I would give it a moment, because some people are a little bit like rigid and they need a little bit of time. But if you meet someone and you know who you are, and you know that you're like a great person, a great personality, and all these things, and for some reason they just seem like they don't like you whatsoever, I'm gonna have to be honest, that's a them problem. That's a them problem. They have some work to do. But even then, even if your energy is triggering to people, that's still helping them see a part of themselves. And they should be asking themselves, well, why am I still so bitter and uptight and angry around this person who's nothing but kind and generous and funny and fun? What's up with me? So you're still healing them in some sort of way. So that's a part of your natural energy as well. Your natural triggerer, awakener with your energy. However, we're not going to look at the negative side. Let's just assume that most people are open and receptive to your energy. That's such a beautiful thing to come into someone's presence and just make them feel like they enjoy who you are and your company upon first meeting, like you're meeting strangers. And then when you get to know them for a couple weeks, a couple months, you'll hear them start to open up, and you'll see them naturally become kinder to other people. That impact, y'all, oh, you're so impactful. You're so impactful. Let's not forget about that. Because that's what I mean. You're attracting better opportunities and situations. You're even attracting or transforming spaces. And it's like any space you go into, if it's been full of negativity and toxicity, but you come up in there, right? And you shift everybody's energy, and now suddenly everybody's getting along. And it's just because you and your natural energy, your natural self. Even if you're going into a group of people and you're one-on-one with every single person, and every single person transforms, and now this whole group is now more positive, more cohesive. Everybody works together. Oh, the day is flowing at work. Like everybody's doing their thing. It's because of you. That impact to relax people's nervous systems, to make them happier, to create more joy in their lives, on accident, on purpose, doesn't really matter. And then that impacts the people in their lives. And I don't even think you know how impactful that is. It's like exponential impact based off your own personal, truest characteristics. And I want you to not feel worried if you're still feeling like, oh, I got a mask, or I need to represent myself in this way, and I need to be this and stoic, and, oh, I can't come off too, goofy. Like, no. No. Be yourself. because you're changing people more than you think you are. And you're impacting not only them, but you're impacting your own future opportunities. You're impacting the depth of your own relationships. I like that. I'm going to leave that right there. That's all I had to say, y'all. You lower people's defenses. You become their safe space. You shift the atmospheres. You create so much impact. And the environments that you're going into shift and change. And that's better for you. And I love that for you. So wherever you're going next, whoever you're meeting next, whatever soul family you're meeting, what? Did I say that right? Whatever soul family you are meeting, whatever opportunities and higher spaces that you're introducing yourself to, trust that who you are, what you have to offer, your personality will bring you great things. I know that's bland, but it's whatever you want. It's like whatever your desires are, you will get them more easily. And I'm not trying to say this is manipulation, because it's not. You know it's not manipulation because you know it's already who you are. What will be manipulation is if you purposely change yourself to try to fit into this mold based off what you think people are going to like. And if you feel like they are like, they're a little rigid, and then you suddenly become more rigid and you're uptight now, like, no, that would be more manipulative. And that's kind of like, what is that word when you are trying to mimic somebody else's character to get them to like you? Like, you're not doing that. So this is not manipulation. This is your natural self, and your natural self is going to put you into higher rooms, get you around better people, get you around people who are reciprocal, who show kindness right back because you're kind, who open up to you because you open up to them, who give you better opportunities because you are trustworthy and have good character and a good heart. You know what I mean? So, man, I don't be nervous. You're going into different spaces, different places, meeting different people. And this is exciting, y'all. I'm curious to know who you're going to meet, what rooms you're going to step into, especially going into 2026. And you're the perfect person for it, okay? And don't worry, you're literally the perfect person, not even just based off your talents and skills, but based off who you are. And you meet people in their chest, and by in their chest I mean like you connect with their heart super fast. Ooh, like you connect with somebody else's inner child. You know what I mean? And you're feeling like, well, why am I being so goofy? Why do I feel pulled to be so goofy around this person who never laughs? It's like, because you automatically know that when you pulled up and you shook their hand, you know that their inner child needed to have some fun. And your inner child came right on out. And that's what lowered their defenses. And you don't even know that you're doing it. But you're doing it. And you have that skill. You have that gift. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so, so beautiful. So let me know how that resonates down in the comment section. Hit that like and subscribe button if you are new here. And yep, I love it. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.